Welcome, guys. How's everyone doing? Welcome to another edition of Smart Chat, and these are the Raw after Mania thoughts, observations. And Raw after Mania was April the 8th, 2019, and we're gonna do this in just kind of touch upon a few things in no particular order. Just my initial thoughts and reactions. If you're ever so kindly, please do subscribe. I have two other channels, which Tom Brand One Thoughts, which is about its variety channel, a little bit of everything. Famous locations and places and nostalgia, TV shows, so on and so forth. And the Tom Brand One, little channel for little laughs and comedy and whatnot. But Raw, first thing that stuck out, you have Seth Rollins coming out. Kofi Kingston, he comes out as well. They do a congratulations. They congratulate each other. And then Kofi says, well, you know what? I'm the best. I'm a champion. You're a heavyweight champion. Why don't we have a match? New Day will stay in the back. No interference. One-on-one. Winner takes all. Let's copy what the women did. And we were off to the races. And, that was the main event. Match started off as advertised. And lo and behold, what you see, an interruption of the crowd. On a Raw after Mania, it's always a ruckus crowd, or a crowd that's, very passionate. You get the match that everyone's waiting to see, Kofi versus Seth Rollins. It stopped after interference by The Bar, who's a SmackDown team. By the way, the draft is the shakeup is next week. Now, I thought to myself, listen, it's still so fresh. We just had that feeling after how everything played out, or at least I did, how everything played out, that there would be some type of fuckery, okay, and that you wouldn't have a decision in this matchup. So I expected that. But to have The Bar come out really made, I don't see what the sense was in that. What was the connection? Bar is a SmackDown team, so they don't have any connection with Seth Rollins. And The Bar, okay, maybe New Day, but even that relationship, it's kind of a bit of a stretch, being that they haven't really touched each other, New Day and The Bar, in quite some time. So it was like, all right, what's the connection here? And it made no sense. It ruined everything. It ruined the match. The crowd starts chanting AEW. And AEW right now, and being a wrestling fan, you want the more options you have as a wrestling fan to watch. I could watch wrestling all day. So the more companies that have a TV deal that will be on the TV and viable, or have interest that catches your attention, the better. And for AEW, it's still really, they do not have a TV deal. So You don't even know when you will see them on TV, if and when. That's, to be determined. But, and being how big the WWE is, it's hard to say that any company is any viable competition to the WWE. But what will be competition to the WWE is your own fans. Your own fan base is going to be competition to you. There's only so much editing that you could do to bleep out AEW chants. And if, creative kind of has these nights whereas people are idiots and they do not know how to drive, and they just kind of phone home a segment, ruined a great match which made no sense, and having the bar, you're going to be hearing AEW chants. And guess what? AEW, who doesn't even have a TV deal, they're going to take all that free advertisement on the USA Network, the WWE Network, as much as they could get. Because you're going to have that fan could be watching or in attendance, who's not as diehard fan as some of these fans are chanting AEW, is going to ask, what is AEW? Looks it up, and boom, there's a new fan. So, although AEW, if they ever will be competition to WWE, will be a very long time. Doesn't even have a TV deal yet. They're no competition. But the fans of the WWE are their own competition. And when you have things like that make no sense, it will get shitted on. What can I say? That was horrible. Made no sense whatsoever. Made no sense. I don't see the reasoning in it. Lars Sullivan debuted. You wish him well. Happy to see that he's finally made his debut. Wow. Impressive. Tall, jacked, diesel guy. Impressive. You were hearing about his supposed debut on the main roster that got held back. Kind of the rumors of him needing to work on things for his health and well-being. But he's back, so you just and the way negativity runs in society, people are a lot of people on Twitter. There are a lot of people that just want to start shit, just want to fuck up your day. So trolls. So Lars, I think it's best that he stays off Twitter. That way he doesn't hear from all these people that just like to be hateful and malice. Now, I like what Lars did to Kurt Angle. That's kind of the lasting image that you will have as Kurt Angle for quite some time, and I don't know if it'll be off TV, where he was just completely destroyed, demolished by Lars Sullivan. That's going to be a feather in Lars Sullivan cap, and I think it'll be a good building block. for him made sense to me. Now, what didn't make sense to me was Baron Corbin, going over Kurt Angle. Yeah, I mean, what does it really do beating a guy who you called crippled past his prime 10 years ago? Made no sense to me. So what was the point of him winning, right? I don't know what it really did. And WWE just kind of, I guess it has that history where wrestlers just, when they're going out, either get demolished, destroyed. Rarely ever do they ever win going out. In this case, like Kurt Angle just, Baron Corbin, come on. I mean, a guy that's been around for a legend, right? So Kurt Angle is a different situation. I could see some of the less established stars when they're going on the way out. But Kurt Angle has the pedigree, a Hall of Famer. Gonna have the guy win at WrestleMania. Now he got his revenge on Baron Corbin last night. So if you wanna make that even, Steven, I guess. But so I didn't like the loss that Kurt Angle had at WrestleMania, but I do like the way they introduced Lars Sullivan. He could have that as kind of, the basis, saying, here, I am the destroyer. I'm going to destroy all your heroes. Kurt Angle is one of them. You'll never see Kurt Angle again. Kind of reminds me of a Snitsky, I guess, just look-wise, initially, in Lars Sullivan. But, very interested to see what you will see out of this guy. Headbutt off the top rope. Did you see that? Wow. Beast. Another debut that you had was Sami Zayn, who came out as a face, lost to Finn Balor. I don't know if he came out as a face, really. I don't know. Maybe that's not the right analogy. Let's just say he was a happier Sami Zayn when he started wrestling Finn Balor. After he lost to Finn Balor, he became nasty Sami Zayn. Nasty Sami Zayn. And, calling fans toxic. He is true, by the way. People on the internet, toxic. He is true right away. I mean, that's the thing with a heel. The thing with a heel is just there is some truth to, though it might be a stretch or exaggeration, there is some truth as to what they say, which every good heel needs to make it believable, which Sami Zayn has. But I don't know. Do I see Sami Zayn as a heel? I don't know. I don't see him as a heel. I know he had a heel run there with Kevin Owens. I don't know. He just, to me, he's I don't know. He almost seems like he's uncomfortable being a heel a little bit. I think he's more comfortable in the element of being a face. We'll see where this leads with Sami Zayn. But it was good to have Sami Zayn back. And they did give him some a decent amount of mic time. Zack, Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, happy for these guys. They local guys here from New York. They've been around quite some time. Had a rematch against the Revival, beat the Revival, and Same thing again, kind of trickery. So Zack, Ryder, and they were a tag team before they got together again. Zack Ryder has the woo, and who can forget the Long Island IZ. He and I think from that time he's gotten himself. Fans do care, and they have some type of. That's his thing. So he has something that he could always get the fans chanting, and the point I'm trying to make, I guess, here is I don't know how long I see Hawkins and Ryder as tag team champions, even much less being as a tag team. So now Hawkins, who had a horrendous losing streak, very long losing streak, has now won 2 in a row. My only concern for Hawkins here is once they lose the title, and I think that's coming sooner rather than later. When they lose the title, and Kurt Hawkins is no longer, has a losing streak. Yeah, he might be starting a new one, but that long losing of 263, 0-263, is gone. And when he's no longer champion, tag team champion, he's no longer in a tag team. What will he have to, lean back on now? What will be his connection? Because he's always had a connection with the fan base with this losing streak. What would be the angle for Kurt Hawkins? I wonder that kind of, winning, yes, gives you the tag team belts, but then losing, what common ground do you have? What type of connection? What's that something that you have with the fans after it's all said and done? We've seen the man Becky Lynch in the ring celebrating, and she threw out a line which was, and she since went on Twitter, which was ironic. I mean, ironic, but which was savage. And on Twitter, she used Alanis Morissette, from that song, Isn't It Ironic? Like the picture of her when she's riding in the car on Alanis Morissette. And above it writing, isn't it, it's ironic that the face that Becky Lynch said was so easy to break is the one that you break your hand on. Something to that regard. Apparently Ronda Rousey has broken her arm, or she was broken her arm during that match, or she was working with a broken, not an arm, but a hand, and she was working with a broken hand, or suffered a broken hand during the match. It'll be interesting. It will be interesting to see how they. Now that she's going to be off TV, I think, for some time to get the injury healed, how they're going to reintroduce this, because there was really no mention about Becky Lynch winning in a controversial fashion. Because if you looked at it, it looked like it was some type of a mistake or some type of a botch when that pinfall went through. But there was no mention of that, no mention of controversy on Raw. So they're probably just going to ignore it and be like, this is, straight, clean win. Nothing of controversy happened. So it will be interesting to see how this will all play out down the road. Dean Ambrose, doing the favors, gets destroyed by Bobby Lashley, and that's kind of a lasting image that you see of this guy on TV, and being destroyed by Bobby Lashley. And that's all you have of Dean Ambrose. But after, apparently, and it's made its rounds on TV. Apparently, after Raw went off the air, the Shield gave a proper send-off to Dean Ambrose. You wish Dean Ambrose all the best. Sometimes it's good to take mental breaks, and absence does make the heart grow fonder. He had a run as champion, heavyweight champion. Not really memorable. A couple of, I guess what I'm trying to say is he's been given this title, the Lunatic Fringe, and he never really got the impression that he was a lunatic. Then they turned him a heel, which failed miserably after, which was when he came back, shortly after he came back from his injury. I don't know. They're just, he had Mitch, the flower plant with him. So there are different versions of Dean Ambrose. You had Wacky Dean, Serious Dean, and I don't know. It just never really. I don't know. I think there was a missed opportunities or missed potential there. And sometimes it's good when absence makes the heart grow fonder. Kind of revamp, re-energize yourself. I don't think Ambrose is going to be on the Indies. It's going to be, if he is, it's going to be very selective. He doesn't need the money. I think it's just more just to kind of re-energize yourself, kind of think things out, get a new perspective, and just kind of, I don't know. But I just don't see him being on the Indies. I don't see him being with AEW or TNA. I just kind of think that he's taking a little bit of a mental break, kind of, maybe just recharge the juices. So that was my kind of, how can you forget Lacey Evans. Kapow! Knocks out the man. That's going to be, I think, soon enough will be announced as Becky Lynch's first defense against Lacey Evans, who, kapow, looked very believable. Interesting to see how she will be on the main roster. I know that her whole tag is a lady. That was anything but being a lady last night there on Raw. So I bid you adieu. Hope all is well. And I look forward to speaking to you guys very, very soon.